What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stephen J, and I'm here with Simply Steve, and we are talking about wrestling. WWE, WWF, UWF, AWA, ECW, WCW, and maybe a little bit of TNA. So let's jump right into it right now. We just got through Survivor Series on this past Sunday, and I gotta say,
pretty good.
That Survivor Series should have been renamed SummerSlams because it was the best pay-per-view thus far this summer. Because technically, is it still?
No, it ain't summer. It's fall.
Is it fall?
Yes.
When was it fall? Oh,
this is so far the best pay-per-view of the year.
No, it ain't not the year.
Okay, I would say I would give it the second one. It's better than its past like 5-10 years.
It was the best Survivor Series I think in a long time. And as far as best, since WrestleMania, I would say it's probably the best pay-per-view.
So would it be WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series? Or would it be SummerSlam,
SummerSlam,
WrestleMania?
I mean, Survivor Series, SummerSlam. I didn't like SummerSlam like that. SummerSlam had like one match.
There was two good matches you said you liked on there. There was
two matches.
Dean Ambrose
and the tag team match.
And no, they didn't have a tag team match. That was
sure.
Yeah, the other match you liked was Roman Reigns and Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, that was good. Okay, but SummerSlam overall, the whole thing was.
Oh, so it was just WrestleMania Survivor Series?
Yeah, the whole thing for me was okay.
All right, well, so the pre-show kicked off with the new and improved Fandango.
First of all, how are you so-called new and improved, and you coming out still doing the same dance? You still coming out doing the same dance?
He coming out with different clothing. He coming out with some I know he coming out with Rosa Mendes, but some kind of weird dance. I can't even think of the name of the song, whatever.
He may be coming out with Rosa. That's about new, but as far as new and improved, I'm sorry.
Bray Wyatt's new and improved was way better than his.
I don't even like Bray Wyatt's new and improved.
I'm just saying.
The notion of
it was
if it's not broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, it's not like they were doing it.
Well, some people did it last night because they want that back. The problem with Fandango and why he went wrong was
so long.
No, I didn't have a problem with the entrance. The entrance was okay. The fans got into it or whatever. And the problem was they gave him mic time, and it was a whole pronouncing his name, Fandango. He had that he had that arrogance about him, which I like. And I think he was undefeated for a little bit or whatever. And he just like, don't touch me, I can't be touched. Basically, how the Miz is acting like he's so super. And if you mix the Miz and Cody Rhodes when he was dashing Cody Rhodes,
it's not close.
It's that's who Fandango was when he first came out. So I liked it. They went away from him with the whole the partners and the whole women thing. That just got stupid at that point. Where you taking that? I know you ain't taking it upstairs. No.
Alright, so then the second one, which I didn't know about, but I guess I just put it on there, was Jack Swagger versus Cesaro, and Cesaro lost.
Here's the question. I thought Jack Swagger was hurt. So if he was hurt, why wasn't he on Team Cena, which he originally was on?
Oh, he beat Fandango beat Justin Gabriel, by the way.
Justin Gabriel still looks good in the ring. They just need to put a nice gimmick behind him. Personally, I think you could put Justin Gabriel in a mask.
A mask?
I mean, make him become a lucha or somebody. Well, personally, I would like to see Justin Gabriel go heel.
He's already been heel.
Technically, he really wasn't because he was quiet. He was heel when he was with Nexus, but that doesn't really count because he was a part of a group. And when he was a part of the group, he was trying to basically overlooked by Wade Barrett, overlooked by David Otunga, overlooked by Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan wasn't even in the next.
Well, he was in it for that minute.
He was in it for one time.
A minute.
Alright, so the first match was the Fatal 4-Way for the Tag Team Championship, which was won by The Miz and Damien Mizdow.
Which I called 2 weeks ago and called for the match to be a fatal 4-way.
He did. He called it. He said there's gonna be fatal 4-way. He also called it when he said that the Miz and Mizdow was gonna win, and he also said that Mizdow was gonna get the pin, which he did.
But I'm gonna skip to Monday Night Raw. Miz comes out with the title for the rematch with Gold Star. He has both belts, and Mizdow has a toy belt. The heck, man!
It's just like when Miz was Intercontinental Champion, Mizdow came out with the toy Intercontinental Championship.
But Mizdow won the title. You are tag team titles. I understand you trying to play a role, but yo, you better give me my title. So I mean, for the most part, the fans are in it. With Mizdow.
They are.
Because I mean, I still think the whole thing, him pretending, is just stupid. For me, a long-time wrestling fan, I just don't get it. There are some funny moments, but for the majority of it, it's just like, what? So, overall, I give that match. The match was good. I give it a 6, 6.5.
Give it a 7.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do. Goldust got their rematch the next day on Raw. So, where they're gonna go from here as far as with the tag team?
They'll probably, I can see it already, but they'll probably face the Usos next.
That, or you got to do something with the tag team division. It is lacking. Big Show's heel now, so maybe him and Mark Henry will tune up.
I'm gonna talk about that. All right, so then we had a Survivor Series Divas match, Team Fox versus Team Page, and Team Fox.
I didn't watch it, so I really don't have a comment on it because I didn't really care.
It was boring, but Team Fox eliminated everybody on Team Page, so it was like a blowout.
Now hold on, let me just say this for a second, because I know y'all think I'm really hard on the Divas or whatever, or I'm a chauvinist or something like that. I'm not really. It's just the angles and the storylines that have been with the Divas suck. And I'm not even going to go back to the Attitude Era to try to say when it was good. I'm going to say,
like,
hold on.
Trish Stratus and Vita, those were some good Divas.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm referring to is if you go back just maybe about 2 years ago, when you had Michelle McCool.
No, that was back in 2010.
And no,
2011. She's been gone for
Michelle
a while.
McCool
She's
and
been gone for a while.
The Undertaker's wife. Who's the Undertaker's wife?
Michelle McCool.
I mean, who's the other girl?
Layla?
No, she was with Layla.
Summer Rae?
No, she was with Layla. Her and Layla was an item.
Yeah, Michelle McCool.
No, well, who was the one? Was the WWE Women's Champion, and the other one was the Divas Champion.
Michelle McCool. They were Lay Cool.
Okay, Lay Cool. Okay, who was the other? Who was the World Heavyweight? The Women's Champion.
Well, at first it was Michelle McCool, but then they said something like they were sharing it.
No, before they unified it, both titles. There was the Divas Champion, and there was the Women's World Heavyweight Champion. So before, they had 2 women's titles. One was on SmackDown, one was on Raw.
Yeah. It was Michelle.
The Miz is married to her.
Maurice? They weren't.
Yes.
They were never partners.
I didn't say they were partners.
What are you talking about then?
Would you follow me what I'm saying?
I don't even know what you're saying. All right, just
shut up. Hold on.
Go.
When Maurice was the world's heavyweight women's
she was Divas champion.
No, when she was Divas champion, and Michelle McCool was world's heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
That is when the Divas division was good. They had a pretty good storyline with Lay Cool. They had a pretty good storyline with Maurice, because Maurice had that little attitude where she would do like this or whatever, like in your face and stuff like that. So they had a pretty good storyline with that. Ever since they went to just one title, which they got rid of the women's title and just went with the Divas title, it hasn't really been that good. They haven't had a good storyline to follow it. And when Maurice had the title and Lay Cool had the title, I actually watched it. But what's next?
Then we had Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose. Bray Wyatt wins by disqualification. that match was they had a pretty good match with each other.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was pretty good.
It was okay.
I said it was pretty good. I didn't say it was awesome.
Okay, pretty good is better than okay.
Well, to me, it was pretty good. Him, it was just okay.
To me, it was okay. I wanted to say the only good part of the match was at the end of the match. When Dean went off on him, was beating him with the chair and throwing the table in the ring and throwing chairs in the ring, ECW like, and then a ladder and stuff like that.
Dean could have survived the ECW.
That was the, for me, the highlight of the match, which was that I like that part.
They set up their
of the match. They set it up for the TLC match next month, but I expected not so much as a technical match, move for move, but I expected some like cool moves. I expected a couple Sister Abigail's that Dean was gonna kick out, a couple Dirty D's that Bray would have kicked out or whatever. I kind of back and forth or whatever because they're kind of like the one and the same. But they didn't give you that, so maybe they were saving it for TLC. We'll see. Again, the match was good. I'm gonna give it a 7, but the hype that you expected, not that it was building up, because to me it wasn't no really built up other than what Bray did to him at the last pay-per-view. But as far as the hype expectation, oh, this is gonna be good, this is gonna be good, for me it just wasn't there.
Again, like he said, it wasn't a lot of hype, but still, I think in some way it delivered, and it did set up for their match at TLC, which is in about 3 weeks. So when I first saw him get all the web, I thought it was gonna be a tables match, I thought it was a chairs match, but then he brought the line, like, all right, TLC. All right.
As soon as he threw and started throwing all the chairs in there, I knew he was setting it up for TLC match before he got the table. I was like, oh, he's gonna set it up for TLC.
All right, so then we had a little quick match. We had Adam Rose and the Bunny beats Slater Gator.
Why was that even on the pay-per-view?
Just to pass some time.
No, again, you have Cesaro gets to work the pre-show. You don't have anybody to go up against Cesaro that's going to be a pretty good match. I'm sorry, I'm not a Jack Swagger fan. I just think that he's just...
You was all for him when he was like...
when he was a real American,
when he was
he steps in that. But other than that, take that away from Jack Swagger, what do you have?
I'm just saying, like, when he was up against... You were all this, yo, Swagger's gonna do it. Swagger and Rusev. And now that that's over, you're just like, okay, who cares about Swagger?
Because... Again,
I mean, I know he hadn't done nothing.
Rusev is the anti. Swagger was the hero. American versus Russian. Who else wouldn't you want? Who picked somebody else in WWE that personified USA better than Jack Swagger?
I know
Sergeant Slaughter, but he's old. But Jack Swagger is the guy to fit in that slot to go against Rusev. So yeah, you're rooting for Jack. You want Jack. Jack is the best man for the job. But after that's over, Jack...
for anybody who went against Rusev.
No, not really. Not really.
When I said this a couple tapes ago, you're like, oh, he's Rusev. They'll cheer Big Show against, they'll cheer Brock against.
They will cheer, but you're missing my point. My point is that Jack fit the role the best to go against Rusev. But now that he doesn't have Rusev, it's like he's left in limbo. Who am I going to feud with? What is my purpose of being in the WWE now? So now that he doesn't have a Rusev to go against every week, it's like, whatever. It's just like we said a couple weeks ago. Dean needs Seth Rollins, and we'll see if he can survive without each other. Jack needed Rusev. Rusev's gone. Okay, now what do you have for Jack? I mean, please, Cesaro. So instead of putting Cesaro against, I would have rather seen Cesaro versus maybe somebody from NXT. Cesaro versus, I don't know, who's another good superstar?
I don't know. I don't even watch NXT like that.
But you're gonna have Slater Gator versus that and the Bunny. I mean, come on, that's just
again just to do their whole feud.
I would have rather had Cesaro versus Jack Swagger.
All right, so then we had Nikki Bella defeat
a phone up there,
Mhm.
and we Chris left his phone here.
Okay.
We had Nikki Bella versus AJ for the title. Basically, they just did a repeat of WrestleMania 28 when Darren Bryan lost Sheamus at 18 seconds, but she lost in 35. So.
Maybe not like AJ.
All right.
They said AJ's rumors that she may be leaving because she didn't win the title back, or she didn't win her match last night on Raw. So it may be true.
She was going against Brie, but whatever. So I don't know. So then we get
I'll get you some drink. I'll bring it upstairs.
Then we get to the main event. Team Cena, Team Authority. Oh, by the way, Sheamus really was hurt. He had a surgery on I think Thursday or Tuesday, something like that.
And what?
I forget.
You don't say he had surgery. You don't know what he had surgery on. His neck, his back, his foot, his toe.
Something in his back. I think he re-injured his shoulder again or something like that. But he really was hurt. He had surgery. All right, so I think the match was overall good. Mark Henry was the first eliminated. I was shocked that that Ryback was the first eliminated on Team Cena. I was really shocked by that.
The whole Mark Henry getting knocked out. I like that. That was funny.
It was. Triple H getting him hyped up for him just to walk right into a KO. Priceless. But Ryback getting eliminated was shocking. I thought, I don't know, it was maybe Luke Harper first or maybe Big Show. But Ryback,
Here's my thing.
I was shocked.
I didn't want it to be the John Cena show. I did not want everyone to get eliminated and John Cena be the hero. Oh, he's coming back for adversity. Look at this. Oh my God, look at John Cena. How King and Michael Cole always sells it. Oh my God, this guy can take a lick at it. He always comes back or whatever. I was glad that it wasn't his show and they gave it to Dolph Ziggler, which is what I said again. I called it. I said, and the only way they can taking the title away from him is that they got something bigger planned for him. So
I was glad. A couple of times I thought Ziggler was it for Ziggler, but he stayed through it and he got the win. Another shocking thing, and I can't believe, but again, I'm not really shocked, is Big Show turning on Team Cena. Big Show was the only one in the ring. It was 3 guys against him. Cena stands up and pow, he knocks him out. Again, Big Show and Mark Henry, the only guys I know who going back to heel and face and made more than anybody.
well,
So, quite frankly, I'm done with Big Show. I'm done with Mark Henry. Because, you know, they might as well just stay heel till they retire. Because for them to be switching back and forth, for first he's all your loving, caring guy who gets beat down easily, but then all of a sudden he's this angry, aggressive giant and just knocks you out and you're done.
Big Show is a better heel than he is a face anyway. Same thing with Mark Henry. He's a better heel than he is a face. So I don't have a problem with them going into the heel route. I really don't have a problem with that happening. I liked it when Big Show cracked John Cena in the face and he went down. I kind of understood it. That's the angle that we're gonna play. I felt my money or whatever.
It was, you know, it was all like, I was trying to survive. I didn't think we had a chance, anything like that. But that wasn't the point, because the shocker of the night was the fact that Sting debuted at Survivor Series and helped Team Cena win.
Now, hold up.
Wait, before we could say that, we're in St. Louis, Missouri, from where Randy Orton's from. So we're all, I can hear people cheering.
What's that called?
They're cheering for Randy, and I'm thinking Randy Orton's gonna come back. Hold on, it's alright. RKO, which I called it Triple H knocking out the referee so he can get his way. But I thought Randy Orton was gonna come back, you know, RKO him and Seth Rollins and allow the win. But instead we got Sting, which I'm not complaining
I'll
about.
break your radio.
I thought
What
Randy Orton was gonna run in
teacher is this?
and come out of nowhere because you always know somebody's gonna do a run-in based on the camera angles, and a lot of times those angles were showing like it's in the back. So kind of how like Bray Wyatt came out on Monday night, that type of angle where he comes from behind the camera, that you don't see him or you don't expect him or whatever.
Like you'll hear the crowd cheering because you hear someone running down, but then you're just like, wait, who's coming down? And then you'll see poof out of nowhere, it's whatever.
But I did not expect Sting to come out. But here's my thing.
Nope.
The referee
This is.
was at the count of 2. Sting music hits. He stops to turn around.
Sure.
Yeah. The referee's at the count 1, 2. The music.
Maybe,
First of all,
maybe
no one knows Sting music. I can't even remember his music from WCW or whatever, anything like that. And obviously, he's still playing the chromos.
WWE made him some new music. That's why.
He think it's
They should have stuck with his old one, but they gave him some new one.
So he comes out. Triple H is shot. The referee is shot.
He knocks out the referee, but the crazy thing is, he and Triple H stayed in each other for like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Before anything happened, they stayed in each other for 5 minutes. And everyone's, it's still kind of cool because you're like, oh my God, Sting's here, he's here. We didn't think he was gonna be here to WrestleMania, but he's here.
Please.
I personally, while he was walking to the ring, slow like the Undertaker, I'm like, hurry up and count.
Okay.
What are you waiting for? 1, 2, 3.
They had all day, just like, oh my, they had all day. I mean, oh my gosh. But Sting hits the Scorpion Death Drop on Triple H, puts Dolph Ziggler over Seth Rollins and get the pin. Which again, Seth Rollins easily could have, he had that long time break. I know that Zigzag didn't hurt him that much.
Well, you're gonna see Triple H versus Sting at WrestleMania. So that was like my highlight. I gotta give that match a 10 for 2 reasons. One being Sting. Well, 3 reasons. One being Sting, which I'll give it a. Well, I'm gonna go in order. That 3 will be John Cena not being in it.
Because he got knocked
2
out.
will be Sting's entrance, and 1 will be Ziggler. And again, Ziggler put on a show again. He is the show. He is the show off. And here's what I hated at the end. You give Ziggler the whole thing. John Cena has to come out at the end. Hold on. Nobody else comes out but John Cena. Oh, let me hug you. And Ziggler, everybody. Dolph Ziggler. Right here. Dolph Ziggler. But we're here together. Dolph Ziggler. Yeah. Dolph Ziggler. Give him the glory for a moment. Why do you have to be in the picture? You could have met him backstage. Hold on. We could have seen it on the WWE Network after it went off the air. We could have seen it. But you gotta come out and try to steal the limelight. That's what Cena does.
The interesting thing is though, while that whole scenario was going on with Triple H beating down Ziggler and everything like that, Cena could have came out and helped him. It is his team. He's like, okay, these guys are gonna lose their job. I'm not the one. They gonna punish me, so I might as well just go out home anyway. They ain't firing me. So he could have went out and helped them that whole time, but instead he stayed in the back. And then when the match is over, Ziggler, he's all beat down, but Cena comes out and does his thing, where everything like that.
That ticked me off at the end. So I'm when Dolph won the title, the first time, I was like, yeah, Dolph. And it was all over his Facebook that Dolph won the title and stuff like that from whatever. I think he was with the Spirit Squad or whatever.
You like Dolph back when he was in the Spirit Squad?
I didn't know him back in the Spirit Squad, but when he won the first title, people were posting pictures from the Spirit Squad when he was a part of the Spirit Squad. But my point is, shut up. I'm not saying that I like the Spirit Squad. People were saying, look where he's come from the Spirit Squad to World Heavyweight Champion. So that's why people were posting his Spirit Squad pictures.
Okay, but
so let me just finish my point. My point is, I was all excited. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler, that's what's up. Well deserved. It's about time. And then here comes John Cena. Ruined it for me. He ruined it for me.
Okay, I get it. I'm not mad at Cena because, but, it's typical Cena. But what I'm saying was, you're like, yes, he wins the world title. You realize both, I know it wasn't him, but you realize both his world championship runs were a joke. His first one, he won it and lost it in the same match to Edge. His second one, he won it, got a concussion, he came back and he lost it. He never had a real...
I wasn't talking about his title reign. I never said anything about his reign. I'm just talking about when he won the title. for the first time when he won the title for the
Took it from him.
Okay, but they didn't take it from him that night.
Okay, if he didn't get injured,
Wait, your brother is just something wrong with you. I'm gonna have to call you something else. Simple thing. You missing my point. My point is
did they have
the excitement. Hold on, let me explain it again. So maybe let me dumb it down for you. The excitement that I had for when he won the title. It was all over social media. They were showing from the Spirit Squad to World Heavyweight Champion Dolph Ziggler. This is what people were posting, and this is what was trending. I said the excitement that I got then when he won, I was like, yes, that's good. He's a heavyweight champion. It never talked about his reign, how long he kept the title. I was just talking about the excitement of him winning the title. It's kind of the same excitement when Daniel Bryan won the title. It's like, yes, he finally got it. When CM Punk won it, yes, he finally got it. I'm equating that last night to back then when he won it, because look at all the adversity that he came through to win the title. From the Spirit Squad to the World Heavyweight Champion, he won it. I'm not talking about his reign or anything after that. I'm just talking about when he won it. That's excited when they held up his hands and the crowd was cheering. Dolph Ziggler, he got the title. He's finally a champion or whatever. He won the title. That's all I'm equating this to. Not anything about his reign, who he was with, when they took it from him. I don't care about that. I'm just talking about the excitement of that moment.
What? I understand all of that, and I understand it's a big deal.
If you did, you wouldn't be bringing up talking about when they took it from him like day. And he had a concussion the overtime. I'm not talking about that.
Hey, but what is the point? I understand it, and I was happy that day with all of them too. But I'm saying is, what is the point of a title reign if you can't? What is the point of winning a title if you can't enjoy it? That's all I'm saying.
Simple.
That's all I'm saying.
Simple.
All you can say is, oh, hey, I won the title. Yeah.
Let me retract again. I'm equating this past Sunday's
reaction,
moment, his moment when he won, with the moment when he won the title the first time. He didn't win any title, but I'm just saying because he got the victory, 1 against 3, and he put on a heck of a show. I'm saying that moment reminds me when he first won his title, and everyone was excited because they were posting that, hey, this guy came from the Spirit Squad, and now look at him, he's heavyweight champion. So now everyone has been saying all year long, Dolph Ziggler's been busting his butt. He's been busting his butt. He needs a title shot. He needs a title shot. He needs a major push or whatever. He finally got that major push on Sunday. So I'm saying that major push that he got on Sunday reminds me of the moment when he got the push to win the title. That's all.
Okay. Now, before we go on to Raw, I'm just saying.
But first of all,
now that he's got that push, where's he gonna go? What's gonna go from here? Are they gonna
next push?
Is he gonna be WWE World Heavyweight Champion?
The next push, I feel, should be him calling out Brock Lesnar. Him calling out John Cena. Again, I expected John Cena last night to turn on Dolph Ziggler because it just looked like it was. Oh yeah, Dolph Ziggler again. This is what he did. But I think his next push will be for them to, because again, he never got a rematch for Luke Harper. I don't want to see him go after Luke Harper anymore. Now that he had this main event push and it proves himself that people were that was trending Dolph Ziggler on Sunday night. People were trending. It was probably it was the #1 trend on Twitter. Ziggler, this, Ziggler that, or whatever. Hold on, Sarai. So now that he's got that major push, there's only one logical option: him to feud with John Cena for the WWE for a chance at the title, or for him to call out Brock Lesnar to go at that title. Again, that will be even bigger than Daniel Bryan winning a title against John Cena.
But first of all,
we'll see. I really hope he gets his shot, but we'll see. This is the WWE we're talking about, and yes, they're giving him a push, but you already know at Royal Rumble or maybe even at TLC, whenever John Cena's getting his title shot, Brock will be back. He'll probably skip Elimination Chamber and be back at WrestleMania for him to lose the title. To who? We don't know yet. It still could be Roman Reigns. Could be The Rock like Vince wants. Who knows? We'll find out.
Well, first of all, again, here's what. The third pay-per-view with no World Heavyweight Champion?
Well, we don't know yet.
Well, again, Monday night after a pay-per-view, you pretty much know what's going to happen in the next pay-per-view. At least you know, because there's always talk, oh, this is going to lead up Just like Dean Ambrose and what's the name? Oh, it's already on the card. Dean versus Bray. TLC next match. Next pay-per-view. We already know. Nothing mentioned. It's time, and I'm calling for it. Strip Brock of the title and fire the person that signed him to that contract. Stripping and fire the person that signed him to that contract. Whoever it was, Triple H, JR, or Stephanie, whoever signed him to that contract needs to be stripped. You got 3 pay-per-views with no World Heavyweight Champion, no world title defense.
With that pay-per-view yesterday, if Brock was there, I don't think it would have mattered. Because like you're saying, the reaction of Ziggler winning the whole thing, becoming the sole survivor at Survivor Series would have been bigger than Brock Lesnar is finally back.
Okay, still. Him winning.
So now that's TLC, and after TLC, it's the road to WrestleMania. So this is the opportunity where Brock...
The road to WrestleMania. The road to WrestleMania isn't until the Royal Rumble.
I said it's TLC. I said after TLC, it's the road to WrestleMania.
After that, for that, he didn't.
So we'll see what's gonna happen. We'll see if Brock comes. We're gonna be here next week.
Because Paul Heyman hasn't been here. We don't know where he's at. And personally, again, as I keep saying, you got a world heavyweight champion. Sorry, stop. You got a world heavyweight champion who's not on the show. You got a world title that's not even being defended. Again, I could see if they try to do it like they did with Daniel Bryan when he first got hurt. Oh, let's give him a couple weeks and he won't defend there, but he'll defend at the next pay-per-view. Once it came out that, he's going to be out. I said he's not going to be back by that pay-per-view. He's going to be out. He hurt his neck. Well, here you got Brock Lesnar. He's not injured. He just got something in his contract. Maybe they don't have a story with him. I don't want to see him and John Cena. Again, all you're doing is just pushing the inevitable on people, what they don't want to see. There's no build-up. Who wants to see John Cena call out Paul Heyman? As much as I like Paul Heyman and him coming out, my name, I love him. I think he's the greatest manager. I say I'm going to give him a tie up there with Bobby Heenan. I say he's the greatest, one of the greatest managers. But even with him in it, I still don't want to see John Cena and Brock Lesnar. What would give me like excitement is if it's either Randy Orton come back and he go after Brock, or Dolph Ziggler calls out Brock Lesnar.
The only option would be Dolph Ziggler, because I'm telling you right now, who took out, well, even though he's doing a movie, who took out Randy Orton? Seth Rollins. This is Randy Orton we're talking about, so he's gonna want to come back and get on Seth Rollins.
Well, let me ask you a question. Seth Rollins calls John Cena the title. I don't see John Cena still trying to go after Seth Rollins.
He never.
They never had a match.
They had that match on Raw. Well, and technically, he, I don't know. Guess he got his fulfillment yesterday when he attitude adjustment him. I don't know. He never got his moment either.
Dean had his match. He lost, but he still got his match.
So if you're going after somebody and you lost, again, if you lost, you wouldn't still try to go after them. I mean, I know he got pushed until if you were.
No, my point is,
but I'm just saying.
John Cena came the next night on Raw. I want Seth Rollins. He's cost me a title. I want him to cost me a title.
My hair.
He wanted him for all those weeks. And then when he lost to Dean Ambrose, I forgot about Seth Rollins. You didn't want him too bad. So again, now, and he made that one statement to Paul Heyman about Brock Lesnar. That was it. Again.
Well, we'll find out what happens next week. Alright, so Raw starts off with the Authority. They're coming here, saying their goodbyes, saying Triple H saying, the WWE won't last without us, everything like that.
You're going to beg us to come back. They leave, run into Vince McMahon, who says, you people make me sick. I can't believe you lost. You failed me. You let me down or whatever. And they drive away.
And in spite of all that, Daniel Bryan does come back. And as I said, he wasn't forgotten, and that maybe it's because they've been doing the Yes movement, Yes chants ever since he's been gone. But when he came back, pop. I mean, he was not like he was wrestling, but we haven't seen him since July.
The pop wasn't. It was like it was.
Not like when he won the title at WrestleMania.
No, I'm sorry. But he won the title at WrestleMania.
That was
after WrestleMania. That was a 10. last night was about a 7. Because when he was world champion, you had the yes chant going on for about 5 minutes. Last night, they only did the yes chant when Daniel Bryan did this. Other than that, Daniel Bryan could walk around the ring 20 minutes and people are still doing yes, yes, yes 8 months ago. Last night, he did it, and as soon as he stopped, the people stopped. And then once he started doing it again, oh yeah, he's doing that again. Let's do it again. Let's do it with him now.
Again, they're still with him. They haven't forgotten. All right, so he basically puts matches with all the security, with all of the team authority. He puts Ryback against, which is actually our next match, Ryback against Mark Henry. Ryback basically beats him in like a minute because he jumped him. And then when we get back to commercial break, he hits him with the meat hook clothesline. That's it.
There was no, to me, I'm thinking that it's not what I expected when Daniel Bryan made those matches. So to me, it didn't even start off good. Because
the beginning was actually really long because
too long for me. Because he came out doing all that in front of Triple H, whatever. The first match, you want to kick Raw off after a good pay-per-view, I would have made Ryback versus Luke Harper for the Intercontinental title. That would have been huge because Luke is some freak who at 6'9", 6'10", or whatever is doing standing drop kicks, doing spinning back heels, has a clothesline that rivals JBL, Nikita Kolo, and Barry Windham. You don't even know who Barry Windham is. What about Nikita Kolo?
The only person I recognized he said was JBL.
Alright, well, those two in a match for the IC title, that would have been great. But they had an opportunity, they missed it. Now that Ryback done beat Mark Henry, got his vengeance. So what? Now what's next for him?
Who knows? Maybe they'll do Rusev. Well, anyway, speaking of Luke Harper, we had an Intercontinental Championship match between him and Dean Ambrose. And it was alright. It wasn't nothing special. It was just, it was just okay. Dean won by disqualification after Luke pushed him into the referee. Bray Wyatt attacked him after the match and buried him under some chairs.
I wasn't really happy with this match either, because I would have wanted Bray to come down, stand there, or sit in his rocking chair and see if there's any type of interaction between him and Luke.
Matter of fact, when Bray came out, Luke was gone.
All that, the focus is on what Bray was doing, and then when they finally showed the ring, Luke was gone. So I didn't like that either. So we know they got a TLC match coming up. We'll see if they build it up right.
You'll know Dean will do something, but what's really to do when you got a TLC match coming up. Alright, so then we had the rematch. We had Miz and Mizdow versus Golden Stardust. And pretty much Mizdow was doing all the work because it looked like Miz may have had some kind of injury at first. But it was all played out so he can get the glory and get the pin for the...
I really thought he was hurt. Because I thought his face hit the step or something like that. Because when the guy was like showing him with the finger, holding on, whatever, I'm thinking, but after about a minute, I was like, wait a minute, if he was seriously hurt, they would have had to stretch her down, which they didn't. So,
matter of fact, I think even Jerry Lawler was like, if he was hurt, yeah, they would have brought down, they would have been took him out.
Michael Cole said that.
Oh, well, whatever. I don't really pay attention to them unless they say something funny. So then we had Rusev. Dan Bryan gave him two options. Either he was supposed to be in the ring in a battle royal against every WWE superstar, or he was going to do the national anthem.
He didn't even do it. And he didn't do it. And he walked away.
Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter do it. Well, come out and try to enforce it. But yeah, he walked away. There was no battle royal, and he didn't say the national anthem. So
and then you had Jack Swagger come down
because he's about to attack Sergeant Slaughter or something like that.
Okay, but
yeah, Swagger comes down and helps him out, and then he gets away. So I don't know. Maybe they'll have a match on SmackDown or something.
That didn't make sense to me. Because it's like, okay, so we going back to Rusev and Jack Swagger again? What the heck?
Alright, so then we had Justin Gabriel and Fandango in a rematch. Again, same thing happened. Fandango won. I really don't like his new. Again, I really still don't like his new thing. It just doesn't. It's just stupid.
And they're really trying to sell it that he's new and improved, all because he's coming out to new music and black clothes.
Hey, coming up.
They ought to call him. They should just call him Black Dango, because that's it. Or Did Django. Or Fandango Unchained.
Well, we had Big Show come out and, like he always does, and explain his actions. Trying to basically say, you know, he's basically trying to say, I was trying to save my job. I didn't think we were gonna win, yada yada. And in the heat of the moment, you know, if I could go back in time, I would change it. But you know, the crowd wasn't buying it, so he officially turns heel when he starts yelling back at them. He calls somebody out, and Eric Rowan comes out. He made fun of him. He was like, I was expecting Cena because I'm the one who knocked him out, but Eric Rowan comes out, and so now it looks like those two are gonna be in a feud. I don't really know where they're going with this. Maybe giant on giant.
I don't like it. I still have a problem with them bringing up the Wyatt family. Rowan and Harper.
I was actually reading an article today. Yeah, they were comparing the breakups of the Shield and the Wyatt family, and basically they was like, oh yeah, the Shield's breakup was way better than the Wyatt family
Because they broke up and no one knew they broke up.
Yeah.
Oh, you're set free.
They broke up. Like, you didn't see them for like a month or whatever, a couple weeks, and next thing you know, you're just like, you're free. And then the Shield, you know, the Shield was perfect. Because, you know, all three of them in the ring, all of a sudden Seth Rollins turns on and everything like that. That was nice. And plus, the Shield left more destruction in their path than the Wyatt family did. I mean, they took out guys like The Rock, a Big Show, The Undertaker.
Not even that, but I mean, it was just the fact that everyone liked the Wyatt family.
They liked him because he was going up against Cena.
They liked the Wyatt family. They put on, again, the Harper and Rowan put on a great show for the tag team titles when they went up against the Usos. That's undeniable. And to me, it's just like, oh, well, let's push them out there to see what they can do on their own. So you're going to do that, but yet you won't. You're going to be careful with Dolph Ziggler. You're going to be careful with Cesaro. You're going to be careful with Bray Wyatt or whatever, and you won't give him a major push. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
To be quite honest, I think Bray Wyatt is the.
There she go right there.
Bray Wyatt is.
She looks like you.
Bray Wyatt's only real opponent who actually would have been John Cena, because his feud with Jericho wasn't all that good, and so far his feud with Dean Ambrose is it's so okay. They're trying to do it because they're both crazy people. Just like how Dean needs Seth Rollins, Bray needs John Cena.
And I gotta say, even Seth Rollins has lost some fire. So right now, I mean now the hottest guy is still Dolph Ziggler. He sustained all the stuff since WrestleMania. He's been on a tear, and he still is.
Well, now that the Authority is gone, let's see how long, what's his name, Seth Rollins lasts without anybody backing him up. I mean, it looks like he still got his security with him, but that's it. And they're like not a real threat at all. Alright, so then you had Brie versus AJ. Brie won after distraction from Nikki. Whatever. So then we had Adam Rose and the Bunny versus Tyson Kidd and Natalya. Again,
stupid. How long are they gonna play this dumb Bunny thing before Adam Rose beat the Bunny up for good, and then they go into a pay-per-view to have an actual match or whatever, and then they break up because he's heel, and then you won't have to worry about the party train or whatever it's called.
Exotic Express.
So. And I like Adam Rose. I think he's a great wrestler. I think they still could have went if they would have just got rid of the Exotic Express and just had him coming down doing his thing. I think it would have still worked if you just gave it a little bit more time.
Well, would the crowd of WWE Universe really have come up with because to be quite honest, his Exotic Express was doing that when they were coming down to the ring.
Well, again, if you can get the crowd with your entrance, then you're pretty good. You just have to put up a show to go along with it. I think they did that.
Alright, so then we had main event, Seth Rollins and his two goons versus John Cena and Dolph Ziggler.
Here's my problem with the main event. After a great pay-per-view, your main event is a tag team match. And again, I hate the fact that Dolph Ziggler put on a show once again last night, and you got to put him in the limelight with John Cena as if he needs John Cena to
John
get
Cena
over
needs him.
with the fans. No one cares. Even when they came down, Cena sucks. Even with Dolph Ziggler, anything. John Cena is not going to get over with any of the fans other than the kids and the ladies. But the simple fact that the whole Superman and the Herculean and the Incredible Hulk thing that he does, it's done played out and it's done got old.
We know.
That to me would have been a perfect time for John Cena to go heel. When the fans were saying Cena suck, I would have been played. Come on, really? I suck. And then after Dolph Ziggler got the win last night, turned on him. Now who suck? Whatever. Perfect. That would have been perfect. But to sit there and bring him, if that's the angle they were going, totally would have been okay with it. But to bring John Cena down with Dolph Ziggler again, I give him the limelight. Give him the limelight. He deserves it to have it by himself. Why should he have to share it with somebody else?
Yeah, he deserves it. But this whole thing of, they're never really going to like Cena. I doubt it, but unless, I'm not saying him going heel, but unless they change Cena's character completely, he can still be the face of the company, I don't care. But maybe if they change his character some way.
That was the perfect opportunity for him to go heel. You got a guy.
Not a perfect opportunity to go heel.
Not really. The only opportunities that he has, embrace the heat. Come on, you know you want to do it. No, you're not going to do heel because you're telling me to do heel. That's not going to work. But here's a guy like Dolph Ziggler riding high on a wave for the longest time. And then all of a sudden, people are cheering him. They're booing me. They're saying I suck. Oh, I suck? And you're cheering him after I'm a 15-time World Heavyweight Champion. He's 2 times or whatever. That's the perfect time. When you don't expect him to go heel, he should go heel. Last night was the perfect opportunity for John Cena to go heel. When Dolph was standing in front of him doing his thing, and Cena was behind him, he could have hit him or whatever. That would, and hold up. That right there would have been a perfect opportunity for them two to feud, where who cares about Brock Lesnar? Strip him of the title now and say these two are going to go out for the title. Perfect feud to give a match. I'm sorry, but John Cena to me hasn't had a great match in a long daggone time. And I'm going to go back to far as his match with Kurt Angle was very good years ago. His match with The Undertaker years ago. And he was a rookie then that I was like, oh wow, he put on some really good matches. But this whole thing right now, they had an opportunity to have Cena go heel because it was an unexpected heel turn versus The Authority, versus Kane, versus Bray Wyatt saying embrace the hate. You know you want to turn heel. Go ahead and do it. Don't tell me what to do. I'm going to do it when I feel like it, when you don't expect it.
Him going heel would be nice. And like you said, last night would have been a perfect opportunity. But I think the most perfect opportunity of all, and this is just me, you may not agree with this, but would be at WrestleMania. Perfect time.
Nah.
Yeah, it's the grandest shit in the mall where everyone puts on a heck of a show to try to impress whatever. And
6 months down the road, nobody got time for that.
We're basically, it's in March, so we're about like 4 months away, 3 pretty much. This month's pretty much over. So once we're in December, we're 3 months away from WrestleMania.
No,
3.
Again, I think last night would have been the perfect opportunity for him to go heel.
Well, Daniel Bryan throws Seth Rollins back in the ring after he tried to escape. Cena gives him an attitude adjustment. And then out of the blue, we're having the Raw Anonymous General Manager back next week.
First of all,
that's just dumb.
That is the stupidest thing that they're going to bring him back. Because who wants to see Michael Cole? I got an email. Or whatever the thing he says.
He says, may I have your attention, please? I've just received an email.
And I quote. So it was Hornswoggle supposedly the last time, and now somebody else. Or whatever. And again, it's... Nobody liked it then.
Nope.
So they're gonna bring it back again.
Maybe they're just doing it just till they buy time till they find out somebody. I don't know.
I would rather them bring back Eric Bischoff as a GM. I would bring Vince McMahon
I'd
as
rather
the
have
GM.
the Authority back than Eric Bischoff. Well, you said Eric Bischoff ain't that great.
He's not, but as far as a heel figure in Authority, Eric Bischoff is one of the best.
Isn't he the reason why WCW failed though?
That has nothing to do. He was running the company, but as a heel, that means he's under Authority. He was the Authority in WCW. Here, he will be under Authority, so he can't do and make the same changes that he did like he did in WCW. He's under Authority. He's under a storyline. He has to act within that storyline.
Alright, so yeah, next week, Raw General Man who's back in charge. Maybe there'll be a laptop on SmackDown too, I don't know. But
other than that, there's no news about Kurt Angle. I do know TNA did sign a deal with Destination America. It's like kind of like a travel channel or whatever. I know they do. It's somewhere on there. It's like up in the hundreds or someplace like that where you barely would ever look. But apparently they did sign a contract with Destination America for TNA wrestling. So
it's January, so we'll find out where Kurt Angle will be at.
What's gonna happen? Still no word about Kurt Angle. I still think WWE needs to sign him. Matter of fact, I think they still need to sign a couple of guys because they are in need. Barrett is coming back.
Oh yes, Barrett is back.
Barrett is coming back. But the problem is, you got a 55th shot of him lasting to the end of the year if he doesn't get hurt again. He's gotten hurt way too quickly, way too often, too many times. You got Daniel Bryan. Is he going to be the...
Wait, no, he's coming back. Notice how he didn't even mention at all about him ever coming back.
And
so we don't even know.
He might be out for a year. That's all I'm going to say. Because the neck injury, again, is nothing to play with. When Ric Flair had it, Ric Flair was out almost a year.
Stone Cold was retired because of it.
So I think you have guys out there that TNA didn't really sign. I can't think of the AJ. Is it AJ Styles? Or is it AJ Styles? But he used to be the champion in TNA, but now he's overseas wrestling for some Japanese promotion right in there. And then there's this thing on, I gotta look it up. It's called Lucha Underground, which I heard is pretty good. So I'm gonna have to look that up. You see that? But
you know,
there's no Chavo Guerrero's in there, which I heard again online that Lucha Underground is pretty good.
There are a couple of guys at TNA who should come back. You know, the Course of Dudley Boys should be back. Kurt Angle. But you know, I think there's one guy in particular. I mean, I was watching WWE Network and watching back some old pay-per-views, and one in particular, he was a very popular guy while he was in WWE. I mean, you may not agree. I don't know how you thought about him, but Jeff Hardy. I mean, Dean Ambrose has kind of replaced him as an extreme guy, but you know, Jeff Hardy did some.
I think he had his run.
He had some amazing matches. He again was an underdog kind of story.
Jeff Hardy,
where he
but
was like,
that ain't the problem. Jeff Hardy had some demons in his closet that he just couldn't escape. The reason why he's not in WWE now. So until he gets that straight,
maybe
he'll
he's
never
straight
be back.
because I heard he's trying to come back. So maybe he got it fixed. I don't know. I mean, that's why Shawn Michaels was gone for a while too. Not just because of his back injury, because you know, because he was battling personal issues of him for himself as well. So you know, Shawn can do it. Anybody can do it.
I mean, Jeff Hardy, I think he could come back and make him in a good mid-carder. I think there's guys that I would like to see him feud against.
Him and Seth Rollins
would be good at it. And you got Roman Reigns coming back next month, so we'll see. But there's still a gap. I still think they should have added NXT to the pay-per-view with those young guys. So that's about it. So, for Stephen J. and for Simply Steve and Malabakarko, we are done talking about wrestling. Peace.